I'm Chris Jakomick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text, actually, from my stepmom. It's like, you need to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates, and she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day, 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broke in through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I've not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired a little over a year ago, I set forth, I was like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. It's like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program, and it got transformed into lo and behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I am so excited. My heart's pumping. My hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Velarde, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jackmack.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things.
Oh,
Coming to you from St. Hedwig,
wow.
Missouri.
We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets.
no matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're gonna take care of each other. We've got each other. And it gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's gonna help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's gonna save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the 24-25 Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights season. This is a test and tune, making sure all the broadcast equipment is working. We got the Midgets tonight, and those are followed by the UMP Modifieds. Greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. A lot of exciting stuff going on this year. Behind the scenes, we were super busy trying to make this even better than what it was the past few years. We got a lot of new sponsors. We got a lot of different things going on. A lot of events. There are a lot of occurrences, I suppose, that are extra money. We're going to have feature winner cash in some of the series. We're going to have hard charger. We're going to have quick time once again, and we'll still have the $1,000 dash for cash put on by the Dirt Track Bank. So a lot of stuff going on. The real season is a long story. My real season is over. Unfortunately, it ended way sooner than it probably should have. So we're even kicking around the idea of maybe having 2 seasons a year, but we'll see how that plays out. We'll look forward to tonight. We got 2 races tonight. We have changed some rules. As promised, we will play the national anthem straight on the hour. After that, we'll have the drivers meeting, and we will follow that up with qualifying. So again, welcome back, everybody. I got 3:59 on the nose, so we will have the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get to qualifying. right, drivers, welcome back. It's the 24-25 season. Got a lot of new, exciting stuff going on, as I have probably mentioned before. If not, you'll probably hear it 100 other times. Dirt Track Bank is still on board. We have 3 division sponsors. We got Gears Unlimited have stepped up to the 358 Modifieds. They've also sponsored the Victory Lane, $10 a week. We also have Vitali Motorsports that has stepped up, and they've sponsored the Hard Charger. We got the Northwest Forklifts LLC Pro Late Models and the Randy Carter painting Victory Lane. And finally, we got Caden Berry Motorsports 360 Sprint cars with the Hard Charger given to us by the Dark Side Motorsports. So welcome aboard. One thing hasn't changed. This is your league, and you guys kind of dictate where we go from here. It's 100% up to you, so keep the messages coming. We've also made contact with a company called Goat Locker Racing, a couple of veteran dudes out in Indianapolis, Indiana, and they give sim rigs to disabled veterans. So don't be surprised if you hear a lot about us and Goat Locker Racing in the very near future. I'd like to welcome those folks aboard also. If there are no other questions or any questions, comments, or concerns, please ask them. Now would be the time. All right, we're going to advance the session. I'm looking at my board here to see if I even know if I have a hotkey. Been a long off season, fellas. My apologies. We'll go ahead and advance to qualifying. I wish you all the best of luck. We have no cautions in heat races or consies. We'll have cautions in the features. And everything will be protest only. There is a protest form on our Discord page. Fill that out, send it in to us, and we have a couple of folks that are going to review those, and they will give the penalties for the following week. We will not have live admin, but anyway, here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you heard, we are back. It's been an interesting summer for me personally as the cars get ready to take to the track. This 24-25 season is going to be big changes like probably we've never seen before. Again, I mentioned our good friends at Goat Locker Racing. They do a lot of asphalt stuff, NASCAR stuff. I look forward to helping those folks. They're a 501c3 organization, and they're doing great things for veterans. We'll follow the cars as they come out on the track, and it is the 007. That is Sam Bachman. The James Bond ride is back with us this year. Clay Christopherson in the 51 machine has come out to give the Midgets a chance, a try tonight. Anthony Morano with us in the 32. Randy Shreves in the 56. A lot of common names that you have heard over the years. Cale Smith in the 115 is with us. He is part of the review committee, so I'd like to thank Cale for stepping up, and especially thank Cale for his service in the United States Navy. Top of the board is Anthony Morano. Not sure what happened there to my screen. Randy Shreves in P2 in the 56. Randy Shreves puts down a 12:39, one tick slower. Cale Smith, top of the board in the 115, 12:37 for Cale Smith. Jordan LaFawn, driver out of Indiana, is back with us. Jordan, I'm about to be your neighbor. So, long story, have a project in Vincennes, Indiana. So it looks like my wife and I will be moving to the Terre Haute area. So looking forward to that within the next year. We'll be moving. Jordan LaFawn out on track. First lap, 6 quick with a 13:01. in the 144 machine. Still, Cale Smith at the top of the board. Joseph Grandy, Isaac Salas still to go. Jordan LaFawn on his second lap. Looks like maybe it was 13:01. Hopefully Jordan LaFawn, I was kind of hoping Jordan LaFawn would come along, but more important, Grandma Pete, I hope you came along for another year of Got Your Six Racing Network. Looks like all the drivers have taken time. Joseph Grandy, we're still waiting on the 518 of Joseph Grandy and the 5 of Isaac Salas. So we got to wait it out here another 2 minute, 40-something seconds to see if those gentlemen come on board. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Again, this is a test and tune. Our regular season does not begin until the 1st of November. We're going to have this test and tune. We'll probably have maybe 2 more each of the next 2 Friday nights on the week of... Now I got to pull up a calendar. I'm getting old here, fellas. Yeah, I can't remember. During the week of the 25th of October, we'll be doing a charity event with the Coast to Coast Racing League. Looks like the system advanced itself. On the front row, Cale Smith, Anthony Morano to his outside. In row 2, Randy Shreves with Braden Carter in the number 05, driver out of Virginia, to his outside. Samuel Bachman in the 007 will fill up the inside of row number 3 with Jordan LaFawn, the Indiana driver, to his outside. In the number 144 car, Clay Christopherson, the FTM driver in the 51, will be on P7 on the inside of row number 4 with Isaac Salas to his outside. Looks like Isaac Salas did not show. Joseph Grandy will round out the field of 9 drivers. All right, fellas, initial start is on green. Everything else is on the leader. Leader pick inside or outside. Initial start is on green.
Yeah, Mom. I ain't no good neither. I'm trying to stay away from it.
Pace truck will pull off here at Lima Land. Got to figure out how. We're not doing live admin this year, so I'll figure out how to do admin. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Cale Smith in the 115. We got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody advancing to the feature. Cale Smith dives to the bottom. Looks like Randy Shreves in that 56 is going to try to go with Cale Smith. Anthony Morano in the 32 car is going to pull up to the outside. Anthony Morano is able to hold off. The 56 of Randy Shreves slides up to the outside. He's got Braden Carter in the 05 on his inside. It's great to see Braden Carter get behind the wheel of a late model out in Virginia this year. The youngster, 16 years old, got in a late model. Super to see. Love seeing all of our drivers. Jordan LaFawn in the 144, currently in 5th position, followed by Clay Christopher and Samuel Bachman in the 007. Up front, Cale Smith, the driver out of South Dakota, leading the way. Anthony Morano hot on his trail. We got a bunch of new toys to use. Let's see if they work. Going on the cockpit with Anthony Morano in the 32. Unfortunately, we do not see Sherry on board that ride tonight. Anthony Morano is in P2 as he slides up behind Cale Smith in that 115 ride. Braden Carter messaging in. He can't hear in the session at the moment. Is that for YouTube? Or you can't hear on the track as a driver? Cale Smith, Anthony Morano, Randy Shreves as Heat 2. Let's see. We're going to go straight to warm-ups. We didn't have enough for a Heat number 2. Three minutes of warm-ups. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break. Mic check, mic check. Can you guys hear me? Drivers, can you hear me? Copy. Hey, you know you love me. All right, drivers, feature time. I don't remember how many laps. We're not to that level of competence in this organization yet this season, but yeah. Race hard, race clean. UMPS coming up. Cale Smith, Anthony Morano on the front row. Randy Shreves, Braden Carter in row number 2. Jordan LaFont, Sam Bachman in row number 3. Clay Christopherson, Isaac Salas in row number 4. Joseph Grandy rounds out your field of 9 drivers. See, one of our newest sponsors, that's owner-operator of Midwest Forklifts LLC, Landon Smith, out in the audience. Landon, thanks for tuning in. As the pace truck is coming around, agreeing Cale Smith in that 115. See if I can change. Yeah, our Better look at that 115, the Whiskey River 115. Driver out of South Dakota. As always, like to thank Cale for his service in the United States Navy. Cale Smith out to a quick lead. Anthony Morano still in P2. Randy Shreves into 56 in P3. Braden Carter in in P4 in the 05 machine. Jordan LaFawn in the 144, putting down a good lap. Samuel Bachman, Clay Christopherson swapping back and forth, P6 and 7. Up front, Cale Smith getting it done in that 115 machine. Let's go on board with your leader. A lap around Lima Land in Ohio. As he's getting it done, you can see his hands busy inside the cockpit of the 115. See that front right wheel operating. Somebody diving down low. That's Randy Shreves in the 56 as the caution comes out. Not sure who it was that brought out the caution. Looks like it may have been Clay Christopherson. Let's take a look. Yes, sir. And leader picks inside or outside. See what happened here to the 51 of Clay Christopherson. Boy, my admin skills are a little bit shaky as we get started in this 24-25. Green flag is back out. Didn't have time to find it. I'll get better. I promise. Cale Smith still at the front of the field in the 115. Take a look at trackside as they come by in the midgets here at Lima Land. Cale Smith, Randy Shreves, Braden Carter, Anthony Morano, and Clay Christopherson round out your top 5. Cale Smith running that bottom line. Randy Shreves trying to move up at least a car length. Kind of a slider line or diamonding the corner, however you want to call it. Cale Smith moves up, gets in the path of that 56. We're on lap 10 of 25. Randy Shreves to the point in the 56. He is a past sprint car champion here at Friday Night Lights. Randy Shreves, Braden Carter working the bottom side. Teammates, Braden Carter and Cale Smith with Morano, the FTM driver. He's going to get in the mix. We're going to go 3 wide at Lima Land in the midgets. Oh, 32 gets a little bit loose, goes over the tire, as does Braden Carter. Cale Smith prevails. He pulls in behind Randy Shreves. Now Anthony Morano moves into P2 in that 32. Go on board with the 32 Anthony Morano, driver out of Florida. I haven't asked Anthony how the storm affected him and his family. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Randy Shreves now starting to separate himself from the field in that 56 machine. Randy Shreves, Anthony Morano, Cale Smith, Braden Carter, Jordan LaFawn in the 144. Again, this is just a test and tune. We don't start racing for points until November 1st. Got a new broadcast machine and monitors, so kind of testing that out tonight, letting the drivers get out, knock the cobwebs off. We'll be running 358 modifieds, followed by pro late models, and end the night with 360 sprint cars in our regular season. Randy Shreves pulling away from the field. Anthony Morano, Cale Smith in P3 has fallen back. Braden Carter battling Cale Smith. The 0-5 down low. Cale Smith heading towards the high side. Anthony Morano cutting down in front of the youngster in the 0-5 of Braden Carter. Anthony Morano currently in second position on lap 21 of 25. Randy Shreves with a sizable lead over Morano. Cale Smith, Braden Carter. The CSC boys are going to battle it out for the final podium position on lap 24 of 25. 2 to go. Cale Smith currently holds down the third and final podium position as we're coming to the white flag. Cale Smith, Braden Carter. Cale Smith will take the white flag, currently in P3. The youngster from Virginia fighting back on the inside to no avail. Cale Smith on the high side. It'll be Cale Smith. Top three start-finish line. Top three start-finish line, please. Let's see if we can't get a word with your top three. I'm not sure. Not sure how this is going to play out. We'll see if we can't get a word. All right, fellas, I can make that work. Let's go to Discord and see if I can get that to work. I know we play replays. Let me see. Cale Smith, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Hold on here. I'm trying to get my my act together. Hopefully they can hear us on the broadcast. I'm not sure if they can hear you, Matt. Good run. It was a test of what we got going on in 24-25. Got a new computer for the broadcast. So kind of testing that out, man. How did the 115 run tonight? And more importantly, man, you've been a big... I've been leaning on you pretty hard for some advice, and that is greatly appreciated. But, man, great run by the 115. How'd the night go from the track?
Yeah, man, we're just having it's just fun to get out and race. You know, I tell you, I haven't been able to get on much, so to come out and still be somewhat competitive in a car that I never run, you know, it's always good with these guys though. It's fun racing with them. It's always competitive, so we're just fun to be out here.
Yeah, man, what are you looking forward to in 24-25? I know you know a lot more than some of the people that have tuned in to listen to us, but what are you looking forward to, man, in 24-25 without letting the cat out of the bag?
You know, just having fun, to be honest. You know, iRacing and all of these things can go so far out in the world, and I think it's just important to sit back and enjoy it when you have a good group of guys and sponsors and good people that watch and for me to, as far as the racing, enjoy it with my team. That's what I'm looking forward to most this year. Like I said, I can't race as much as I used to with work and the family. So really just getting out here and enjoying it with these guys.
Yeah, man, and I'm doing my damnedest to add some more to your plate. So yeah, I'm going to take every free second that you'll give me. So first, I want to. What's your wife's name, by the way?
Her name's Desi.
Desi. So I'm
Yes.
gonna. I knew that. I saw her on Facebook. I'm gonna apologize to Desi. Desi, if I ever get in the way, just push me out of the way because I'm gonna take every second of this young man's time as we got some veteran stuff to do, my brother.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's exciting when you get those opportunities, man. It's you're blessed to be able to be a part of that. So
Yeah, man, and very grateful to pull you in, and you're doing some possibly review duties, and I'm hoping to add to those numbers. There's currently two of you, so man, I know you're busy, but I also know how important this is to you and I. Um, this could get huge, bro.
yeah, no, it could definitely be something and when, veterans are involved. I know there's a ton of patriots out there that didn't serve in the military, but um, when you know those people and you know what some of them went through too, to just to be able to help, it's huge. So
Yeah, man, can't wait. You gonna run the UMPs with us?
yeah, yeah, we'll be out there. Hopefully Michael can wake up and he'll come out. Well, hopefully he doesn't, because then he'll probably beat us actually.
All right. Well, we got a little bit of a break, about a half hour, so we'll see you in the UMPs.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Joe.
All right, man.
See ya.
Anthony Morano in the 32 brings the FTM car home P2. Anthony, congratulations, my brother.
Thanks, Joe. How you been?
Man, you know what? I've been busy. So we put a new machine in for the broadcast and took the 34-inch monitors off the sim rig, and now I'm sitting in front of them at the broadcast and changed to VR. So we've had a lot of changes, but the end cause, you guys, and putting on a quality show, brother, I'd do it again in a heartbeat. So I'm old, as you know. So it's kind of hard to get used to all these different buttons and gadgets, and I've moved my shit around, excuse my language, but kind of hard to find stuff, man. So welcome back in the 32. I did not see your beautiful bride aboard tonight. So I'll send her a message and let her know that you didn't do that. And we need to make sure we get that squared away. But man, how did the storms affect you down there in Florida, brother?
Yeah, this is a trading paints car, so it's just a random. I don't run these things enough to bother getting one done. But yeah, she actually just got home with dinner. So, but yeah, storms are a little rough down here. Luckily, I'm far enough inland that it's wasn't too bad. I'm like about 10 miles off the Gulf, so about 5 miles away, there's boats upside down in the middle of the street, and houses just ripped up, and a couple of friends lost their house with the lithium batteries and the water coming in the house and blowing houses up. So it's been kind of rough down here. A lot of places still shut down.
Yeah. So, right. That leads right to that. Is solar the way to go with battery backup and blah, blah, blah. I thought you would at least be without power because you said how far are you inland?
I'm about 7 miles in. So
Yeah. And
I
what's
lost
the middle?
power for what's the middle?
Yeah. How far is it from coast to coast in Florida where you're at?
Oh, I have no idea.
So it's not very wide, bro. Right? Can you hear me? So let's hope that Anthony didn't just lose power and or maybe his microphone or my microphone, one or the other. But the 32 car brought it home. Anthony, glad to hear that you are okay, my friend. And we'll get Brandy Shreves up here. Hopefully the 32 car joins us in the UMP modifieds coming up after this. Randy Shreves, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, great run in the 56. Not a bad way. I know it was a test and tune, but not a bad way to start off the 24-25 excursion. How was the 56?
Yeah, felt real good there at the end. I was able to just hold it wide open and just try to keep a steady line and let her rip and hope that there were no cautions. But yeah, it was definitely a fun test and tune. Can't wait to get back to the actual season this year. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it's so the Midget's probably one of my favorite cars on iRacing to run. Man, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty certain that I used to say that Randy Shreves is a sprint car specialist. And man, over the past couple years, bro, you've been coming around in just about anything that you get behind a wheel of, which is amazing to see. So hopefully at the end of the year, we're sending you some hardware in a 56 once again. I actually had a memory come up on my wall. I don't know, maybe it was last week of when you won your championship when we were running year round. And that was pretty cool to see, man, that your memory came up on my Facebook.
Yeah, it came up on mine too. I thought that was pretty awesome, and it's pretty cool that you've seen it too. But yeah, it definitely brought back some memories. I definitely love running this league, and can't wait to get back to it, man.
Yeah, you're going to run the UMPs later on tonight?
Oh yeah, I'll be in it. I might not do any good, but we'll see.
Well, we got about, let me count, 27 minutes. So I can. Well, now we got Randy Shreves and Anthony Morano in the booth. So, Anthony, welcome back. So, what I was saying to Anthony was you said you are how far inland in Florida?
About 7 miles off the coast of the Gulf.
So, how freaking, and then I asked you how wide Florida is. It's not very wide, bro.
No, it's not. But I have no idea. I know it takes 3 hours to get from here to Volusia. So, probably about 4 hours to Daytona.
Is that like I like how your directions work.
It's like 300 miles.
From one side to the other.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm glad that you guys are okay, bro.
Yeah, I lost power for maybe 20 minutes, if that. It wasn't anything too serious here, luckily.
So Florida's like hit or miss, right? It's kind of like the only place that really hasn't been hit is the Space Coast, right? Up in the, what is that? The northeast, I guess,
northeast has been all right. Northwest has been getting slammed.
Yeah, which is why they put Cape Canaveral where Cape Canaveral's at, is because from what I understand, it's never been hit. Scares the shit out of me, bro. Yeah, I'm in California, so we could fall into the ocean at any time, but yeah, I'm scared.
It gets nerve-wracking, and then they're talking about another storm for next week. So that's another thing on the waiting game. And I was planning to go to East Bay for the grand finale before they closed the track down, and they canceled out because of the hurricane. So that sucks, but we'll keep going. And yeah, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah, that's right. Just keep going. Just keep going. All right, and back to Randy Shreves. Randy, great run with the 115 behind you. I greatly appreciate you guys coming out and giving me an opportunity to test the broadcast equipment. We're going to go, I can't remember when the UMP's practice starts. It might be already up. I think it started at 4. But we'll go live here at straight on the hour. So congratulations, gentlemen, and we'll see you in the UMPs.
Thanks, Joe. See you.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Yeah, man. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. There are the first cars on the track for the 24-25 season. We'll take a break here real quick, and we'll head over to the UMP Modifieds at Eldora. So we'll be right back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after the first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced. It hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary. to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win. And CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we are committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place our fallen heroes truly live on forever.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
You know, Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get the treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Looking at the board, let me turn this up for you. We got a couple of familiar faces out in the crowd. Roxanne Jones checking in, cheering on Braden Carter and Cale Smith in the CSC gang. Landon Smith is back with us, brand new sponsor of the Midwest Forklifts LLC Pro Late Models this year. Again, tonight is only a test and tune. It's more for me than the drivers, as we got a new broadcast computer, and we're trying to figure out, make sure everything works, and so far it has been okay. We got a little broadcaster error going on as I age. I don't remember which button does what, and but that's okay. We'll get through that, and by mid-season, we'll be back at it. See, we got some new drivers in the field that weren't in the midget race. Justin Sick is back with us. Ryan LaFave, Randall Dixon. Ryan LaFave hasn't been with us in a while. He is a past champion. Looks like he's going to give Friday Night Lights a go this season. Randall Dixon is back with us in the 011. Clay Christopherson, Jordan LaFond, Sam Bachman, Cale Smith, Logan Wentz in the 018, Anthony Morano, John Hine. We haven't heard that name here at Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. John Hine is with us in the 71. John Hine comes to us by way of Coast to Coast Racing League. He's something else in a pro late model. So we'll see if John can't up the competition in the pro late model division. Randy Shreves is back with us from the midget race, and Anthony Marvulio, who, it's kind of crazy how iRacing works. I remember the day that Anthony told me that his girlfriend at the time was pregnant with their son, and got the wonderful news tonight that Anthony Marvulio, last I saw, he was on Facebook winning a midget race, I believe, out in Boston area. He's about to have a daughter, so congratulations, Anthony. It's kind of like being a part of the family. It's absolutely amazing. And back with us is Justin Sick, who has a new baby that I've enjoyed following along on Facebook with him and his beautiful bride with their new baby. So, man, I got to tell you, time waits on nobody. It seems like everybody gets older. All these guys were younger when we started this 3 years ago. I haven't aged, so it must just be them. But Yeah, this is a test and tune, so kind of a loosey-goosey type of format. We're trying to figure out how we're gonna how everything works, and everything seemed to work okay during the midget race. It looks like we're gonna have 14 cars for the UMPs. I can tell you last year, and the fans out there may attest to this, how we could have prayed that there was 14 cars as we sat here for 4 hours. A little bit different for those fans out there. Give you a quick explanation. This year, we're not going to have cautions for the heat races or consies. We're going to have cautions in the feature races, and we're going to have a protest program where drivers, if they think somebody wrecked them or did something wrong, they can file a protest, and we got an independent crew that will review that and impose penalties for the next season. So I'm hoping that speeds up the pace of the racing we got going on. I got to tell you, I sorely miss my good buddy up in the booth, Clayton Hack. He's not going to be with us this year, unfortunately. I'm going to miss that companionship up in the booth, but you never know. You never know who will join us. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on this year in Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. We never had as much cash up for grabs as we do this year. I'm out of the real car, unfortunately, due to a prior military accident. So we might even have a couple seasons a year versus just one season a year, but we'll see how that plays out as we move along. So greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. Justin Sick out there piping in that he had missed Friday Night Lights, man, and welcome back, my brother. Here we go. We're going to probably have our regular season will kick off 1 November. That's when the points race begins, is 1 November. Between now and then, we have 2 more weeks, so we'll have a couple, maybe 1 or 2 test and tunes. We want to test our 358 modified Pro Late Model and 360 sprint car format just to make sure everything works okay. We have a Coast to Coast Racing League / Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights charity event coming up the week of 25 October. And then 1 November, that's it. We're back at it. And we're not going to stop until, excuse me, I believe can't remember what day in February, but we'll have the $1,000 Dash for Cash in February. So looking forward to that. I will personally miss 2 weeks out of the year. We're heading to England to see my daughter and grandkids. So I'm not sure what we're going to do during those weeks. I'm still working the details out, but, man, I got to tell you, Roxanne, welcome back. Landon, welcome back. Braden Carter messaged us. Braden, it's great to see the 05 on the track. Young man, great to see you run that late model this year. That put up a smile to my face. J-Train, welcome back, sir. I'm glad you didn't sell all your gear and you're back with us. So, yeah, it's kind of feels like familiar ground. I've kind of missed this for the past almost year coming up. So let's get the drivers off the track and get the show on the road and get this test and tune in the books. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome back. Looks like we're going to have 14 drivers, which is kind of a great start to the 24-25 seasons. I know we were just talking to the audience out here on YouTube. There were weeks that I prayed we had 14 drivers last year instead of 30 because we had some 4-hour nights. So tonight is a test and tune. Next week on Saturday, we're going to start removing people from the league that have not paid their dues or is a veteran or first responder. What else we got going on? We're going to have a couple more test and tunes. Of course, the week of the 25th of October, everyone that is in Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights will be, if you are not banned, from Coast to Coast Racing League, then you are invited to join the charity event that we are co-sponsoring with the Coast to Coast Racing League. That is the week of the 25th. And then come 1 November, gentlemen, we don't have any lady drivers yet. I'm surprised. But come 1 November, gentlemen, it's on. We're going to go until February. This year, we have a lot more money up for grabs. The Midget guys heard about this during the previous race. 358 modifieds. You're going to have quick time $10. You're going to have feature winner $10. You're going to have hard charger $10, and all that will be cumulative throughout the year. For the pro late models, we still need a hard charger sponsor, but for the pro late models, we have quick time and victory lane, and for the 360 sprint cars, we have hard charger, but no victory lane. All three divisions are sponsored. So big shout out to Gears Unlimited is back with us, as is the Midwest Forklift LLC Pro Late Models and the Caden Berry Racing 360 Sprint Cars. If you know anybody out there, we do have 2 sponsorship opportunities still out there for grabs. Going to be a fun year. Looking very forward to it. As we mentioned, and you'll hear it throughout the season, we may go to 2 seasons a year versus 1, since I'm not in the real car at the moment. That could change at any time, as those of you that race for real know that bug might bite me, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, so we'll get tonight underway. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. Okay, none heard. Make sure you keep a look on our Discord or our Facebook page. I post the same information on both. I'm not sure if we're going to do a 358 modified pro late model 360 next week or the following week, but we're going to have a dress rehearsal here coming up before the real deal kicks off. But we'll get to qualifying. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us for this test and tune in. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I see Tally Baldwin back out there. Tally, welcome back, ma'am. It's been a, I'd like to say long summer, but out here in California, it's been scorching hot. A lot of new stuff going on with Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. A lot of exciting stuff, man. They just, our drivers and our fans make this so worth what we do. We actually made contact with a company out of Indianapolis, Indiana. They're called the Goat Locker Racing, a bunch of Navy veterans. They have a 501(c) organization. They do a lot of asphalt racing. So don't be surprised if you hear a lot more information from those gentlemen. Out on the track, we got the UMP Modifieds. Justin Sick. Let's see. Do we have anybody that has timed in? Nobody yet. We're with the 011. That is Logan Wentz, top of the board. In the 018, 16.72. Mark Gilbert now in the 17 jumps to the top of the board with a 16.69. Sam Bachman in the James Bond 007. Best stat 16.67 for the 007. Mark Gilbert falls down to P2. Logan Wentz, Randall Dixon, John Hine with a 16.87 is good enough for 5th quick. Anthony Morano times in 17.01 in the 32. Sam Bachman still at the top of the board with a 16.67. Randy Shreves times in 6th quick, 16.90 for Randy Shreves. Anthony Morano moves up. He is 4th quick with a 16.79. Top of the board, Jordan LaFond for just a flash. Then the driver out of South Dakota, that's my great friend and Navy veteran Cale Smith with a 16.65 for the CSC 115. Jordan LaFond falls down to P2, 16.67. 2 ticks slower. Justin Sick out on track in the 015, a new dad, 16.71 for the 015. Driver out of New York, Justin Sick. Braden Carter, Ryan Lefebvre, and John Morano. John Morano times in. That is the 0:33, 17:15 for John Morano. John Morano, Braden Carter, Ryan Lefebvre. Ryan Lefebvre, current champion in Friday Night Lights, jumps to the top of the board. 16-6-3 for Ryan Lefebvre. Braden Carter with an 16.65, so 2 ticks slower. John Morano, second lap, 16.94. So it looks like we will wrap up as Ryan Lefebvre and the 0.5 of Braden Carter shut it down. Again, no cautions in heat races or consies. Waiting for the 0.7 of Ryan Lefebvre to bring it to an end. Used to Ryan Lefebvre being the 17, but he is the 0.7. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get underway. Yes, I do have an advanced session button, but I don't know where it is yet. I will learn all that. Heat 1 about to get underway. Cale Smith with your quick time. Top of the board. Braden Carter to his outside. Sam Bachman in the 007 on the inside of row number 2 with Justin Sick to his outside in the 0.15. Anthony Marv-Julio in the 238. Mass Mafia drivers on the inside of row number 3 with Randall Dixon to his outside. It says from the Virginias. I'm not real sure where the Virginia is at. That's kind of a large area, but whatever. Randy Shreves in the 56, winner of the midget race. He will be in the inside of row number 4 with Clay Christopherson to his outside. So Cale Smith into 115. Kind of funny looking cars to me since we've never ran them in Friday Night Lights. Cale Smith in that 115 will bring us to the green flag with his teammate to his outside. Pace truck will exit this time by. Justin Sick commenting, one time he thought about selling his gear. You know what? If you sell it, I'll probably buy it and give it back to you at some point. We can't have that for sure. Cale Smith, pace truck is off here at Eldora. Cale Smith looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, heat number 1, UMP Modifieds underway. Cale Smith on the bottom. Braden Carter to his outside in the 0.5. They're going to run side by side. They're 2x2 all the way towards the back. Randall Dixon in the 0.11. He will shake out MP number 5 as your top 4 remain side by side. Cale Smith slides up. Braden Carter, we're going to cross over. Braden Carter's going to cross over in the 0.5. Now the 0.5. Virginia driver Braden Carter will be on the bottom side. Cale Smith is going to try to get up to his outside, and we go back side by side on lap 3 of 8. Randall Dixon in the 0.11. Now we're going 3 rows of side by side. Randall Dixon, Samuel Bachman, Clay Christopherson in the 51, kind of seeing what's going on. Randy Shreves on the outside looking in. And this car, that's the 238 of Anthony Morano with the tire coming off, so he'll exit. It's all the 238 of Anthony Morano. Follow him on Facebook. He got a midget win on the East Coast this year, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago. So that's great to see. We love to see that, of course. Cale Smith and Braden Carter are going to battle it out. Justin Sick is going to tuck the 0.15 into the action on lap 6 of 8. Now we're going to go 3 wide, coming off of turn number 2. Justin Sick in the middle with Cale Smith to his outside. Cale Smith will prevail on the outside. The youngster into 0.5, that's Braden Carter. He's going to slide to the outside and try to regroup as Randall Dixon is going to try to get go on board with the 0.11. That is Randall Dixon. He's behind that 0.5 of Braden Carter as we're starting to go single file Braden Carter's going to dive down low, try to get underneath the 015. Can't make it happen. Randall Dixon is there in line. Top 4 under a blanket. We're side by side up front. Cale Smith, now Justin Sick has worked his way. It will be Cale Smith, Justin Sick, Braden Carter, Randall Dixon are your top 4. Great race in the UMPs. Those of you that follow along know that the vote on if we ran UMPs or not was pretty darn close. Heat 2, Ryan LaFave into 07 is on the front row with Jordan LaFawn. Indiana to his outside in the 144. Mark Gilbert in the 17 with Logan Wentz to his outside in the 018 FTM driver. Anthony Morano, change your view here. Anthony Morano will begin on the inside of row number 3 with John Hine to his outside. And John Morano will round out the field of 7. I'd like to welcome Mr. John Hine, the Gambler Motorsports driver. I think he drove with us a couple times. It's great to have that 71 in the field. So looking forward to a long season. It will be Ryan LaFave. Again, he was I believe a 358 modified Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. Well, Friday Night Lights before it was Dirt Track Bank champion. But he will, leader, please move up closer to the pace car, sir. I forgot my whole pre-race spiel, but I'll get it down here for our real deal. Ryan LaFave, Jordan LaFawn on his outside into 144. You can see that these cars are not wrapped pretty much. I'm not certain that UMPs are a real popular car. Tally Baldwin cheering on the crew out on the track. You guys just don't know, seeing Roxanne and Tally and Landon, how good it feels to see you guys once again. Green flag is out. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. We got 8 laps to get it done. Ryan LaFave in the 07 on the bottom side. Looks like the 17 car, that is Mark Gilbert. He was going to stick his nose in there. Ryan LaFave with company on the outside. That is the 144 of Jordan LaFawn. We're going to go 3 wide behind them, kind of a pile of cars. Anthony Morano, Mark Gilbert, Logan Wentz in the 018. John Morano, welcome back, Mr. John Morano. That is Anthony's dad in that 033. Hold on to it. Broadcaster's curse. Jordan LaFawn is going to take the lead in that 144. Jordan LaFawn, driver out of Indiana, is on the outside of Ryan LaFave. I don't think we have enough cars to really beat down the track to where it will come slick. Maybe, I don't know. Jordan LaFawn, Ryan LaFave, Anthony Morano. That is Anthony Morano. He's on the outside of Ryan LaFave in that 07. Got a lot of new buttons to play with, so that is the remainder of the field that you see coming up. Jordan LaFawn at the front of the field. That is a look from your leader. Jordan LaFawn with a decent lead over Ryan LaFave in P2. Mark Gilbert, Logan Wentz in P4. John Hine in the 71 car has moved up 1 position. So the 71 of John Hine, Anthony Morano back there trying to track down the John Hine as John Morano has exited. Up front, Jordan LaFawn getting it done with 1 to go. White flag out. Jordan LaFawn, Ryan LaFave, Mark Gilbert. Let's watch the 144. Jordan LaFawn getting it done up front here at Eldora. Jordan LaFawn coming off of turn number 4. It will be LaFawn. LaFave, Gilbert, and Logan Wentz are your top 4. All right, drivers, 3 minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
I am Sergeant Clay Warren. I suffered from PTSD. In 2013, I ended my own life. Now my voice has been brought back to speak to people like me. Know that you're not the only one. Things can get better. You don't have to carry that burden anymore. Speak up now to get the help that you need.
22 veterans end their lives every day. You just heard the reconstructed voice of one of them. Seek help at mission22.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready to go to our feature here in just a short few minutes. Feature to the grid, please. All right, drivers, let's see if I can remember this. We got, I think, 25 laps to get it done. Initial start is on green. Restarts are on leader. Leader pick inside or outside with 1 to go. I think that's all I got. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. Okay, Cale Smith, Jordan LaFawn on the front row, Justin Sick, Ryan LaFave in row number 2, Braden Carter, Mark Gilbert in row number 3, Randall Dixon, Logan Wentz in row number 4, Clay Christopherson, John Hine in row number 5, Sam Bachman, Anthony Morano in row number 6, Randy Shreves, John Morano in row number 7, and Anthony Marfulio rounds out your full field, not full field, my apologies, of 15 drivers. Again, we got 25 laps to get it done. Coming up at the conclusion of the race, we will have an interview with your top 3. Again, we put this broadcast on for you, the fans. If there's something that you would like to see us do that maybe we're not doing, or whatever, we are 100% all ears. Let us know what you'd like to hear, like to see, and I'll do my best to incorporate that into what we do on a weekly basis. 05, that is Braden Carter going up to wish his teammate. That's the 115 of Cale Smith, driver out of South Dakota. Good luck. Pace truck should exit next time by. Again, I know this is practice. I can't thank the fans out there enough for tuning in. It helps me make sure that you guys can hear me. You can see what we got going on. Change to different monitors, change to different microphones, change to different computer. So greatly appreciate you guys out there. Lights are off on the pace truck. Pace truck is heading towards pit lane. It will be Cale Smith in the 150 with your quick time, taking us to the green flag. Green flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway. 25 laps at Eldora in UMP Modifieds. Jordan LaFawn going to try to thread the needle in the 144. Tried to go in between the two CSC drivers, but it will be Braden Carter that prevails. Braden Carter is now in the middle. They swapped places. Jordan LaFawn now with the nose in front of Braden Carter. We got a battle at the front of the field. Jordan LaFawn, Braden Carter, and Cale Smith. Braden Carter is able to take back over the lead. Randall Dixon in the 0-1-1, currently in P5. Ryan Lefebvre, Sam Bachman, that is the James Bond 007 riding around the bottom behind the Clay Christopherson. You got Mark Gilbert in the 17 machine. Logan Wentz in the 0-18. Those cars are rolling the bottom. John Morano in the 33. Once again, I caught him at a worse moment. John parks it on the, as they say, sir, you can't park that there. But Braden Carter at the front of the field in the 0-5, followed by Jordan LaFawn. Virginia driver, followed by Indiana driver, followed by South Dakota. We got them from all over. Randall Dixon in the 0-1-1 is in a P4, top 5. Clay Christopherson, FTM driver, moves his way up. Uh-oh. Don't look now, but Grandma Pete is in the house. Welcome back, ma'am. It's great to see you. Ryan Lefebvre is currently in P6 in the 0-7. He hasn't been with us in quite a while. Gene in the audience. Not sure what that in is for, but we got somebody sideways. That was the 11 of Randall Dixon. That'll bring out the caution. John Morano is also on pit lane. I got to figure cautions out. I'm not real sure. I used to have a button, but let me see. Maybe I can find it, or maybe not. So that's my homework for the week. Figure out how we're going to highlight. Let's see. Oh, maybe I got to go over here and go here. I promise, ladies and gentlemen, we won't have this unprofessional. By the time we hit November 1st, that's what this is all about. So at the front of the field, Jordan LaFawn, followed by Braden Carter. All right, leader, looks like you picked the outside. Let's restart is on the leader. Restart is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. That was the lines I was forgetting. Leader, I need you to be 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Okay, the leader is the 0-5. My apologies. Braden, get up there. Get behind that pace truck. Lights are off on the pace truck. Again, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Race hard. Race clean. Good luck. Won't be long. You'll hear Braden Carter's name in bigger circles than Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. That youngster got it done in a late model out in Virginia, Winchester Speedway, I believe, if my my memory serves me, which it typically doesn't. Great to see. Great to see. So, Braden, that may be possible that my trading paints isn't working as the green flag comes back out. Braden Carter with the 115. That is Cale Smith. Will go to the inside. Trying to slide up. Jordan LaFawn is going to get in that peculiar middle of 3 wide. decides better of it. The 144 will fall back to P2. Clay Christopherson in the 51 is in P4. Anthony Morano in P number 5. Up front, the youngster getting it done up front in the 05. Gonna have to pull up a copy and put it on my taskbar here of trading paints. Braden Carter, Jordan LaFawn, Cale Smith on lap 15 of 25. Good racing. Mark Gilbert in the 17. Ryan Lefebvre back there. Randy Shreves in the mix. He won the midget race earlier tonight. Randy Shreves with Logan Wentz. They're running side by side. John Hine in the 71 hasn't been able to make much hay. Started 10th, running 10th. Randy Shreves is up 4. Biggest mover of the night is indeed Clay Christopherson in that 51. The 51 is up 5 positions. He is up to P4. Braden Carter on lap 17 of 25 is still leading the pack with a mirror full of Jordan LaFawn. We'll go on board with the Indiana driver, Jordan LaFawn, as he's trying to track down that youngster. Jordan LaFawn in the 144, and let's look behind Jordan LaFawn. It looks like those two have separated themselves pretty substantially from the rest of the pack. It's Jordan LaFawn, the KG veteran, trying to measure up the youngster out of Virginia. That's Indiana driver that we're on board. Virginia driver Braden Carter in the 05 in front. Clay Christopherson now moves up into the final podium position as he's able to get by Cale Smith on lap 20 of 25. Cale Smith, Mark Gilbert now in the 17. Just cleared Mark Gilbert, I don't even know, probably about an hour ago into the league, and here he is. Oh, Jordan LaFawn. We got to see what happened to Jordan LaFawn. Where is Grandma Pete when you need Grandma Pete? Here we go. Jordan LaFawn just gets into the outside wall, and the wall holds on to him as he... Yeah, 10-4. Braden Carter in the 05 remains at the front of the field. Followed by Clay Christopherson, Cale Smith back in the mix. You drivers know the drill. Jordan, I appreciate that. Throw that out on our Discord and let's get a vote going. I'm not opposed to 100%. All right, drivers, for the restart leader, I need you 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Select inside or outside with 1 to go, which can't see the lights, is now. So restart is on leader. Everybody else going on the car in front of you. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. So on lap 23 of 25, Braden Carter, the youngster, is currently at the front of the field. He's got Clay Christopherson, AFTM driver, to his outside. Cale Smith is currently in P3 in that 115. Green flag is out. A good start by Braden Carter. Cale Smith is going to stay down low and see if he can't make something happen. Down low, Cale Smith is going to go side by side with Clay Christopherson. Those two will Cale Smith. No, that's Morano that washes up as the caution comes back out. So we'll give it a go one more time. Not quite, yeah, we are in green-white checkered territory, so we'll go green-white checkered. All right, drivers, green-white checkered this time. Again, start is on the leader. Everybody else... Leader, I need you 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Everybody else, half car length between the car in front of you. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Leader pick, inside or outside, with 1 to go. As soon as those lights go off, please. This will be our first attempt at green-white checkers. Top 3. Once you're done, need you at the start-finish line and head to Discord for your interview. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to wrap up the night here momentarily. Yeah, maybe. Hold on. Not sure if that did it or not. Yeah, 10-4. My apologies. So here we go. We got a green-white checkered 0-5 with his teammate to his outside of Cale Smith. Clay Christopherson on the inside. So we will get the 1 to go next time by. It is Braden Carter, Cale Smith, and Clay Christopherson. Can Mark Gilbert or Ryan Lefebvre get up there and rattle? Oh, he'll get in the back of Clay Christopherson. That may open the door to the 0-7 of Ryan Lefebvre with 1 to go. Ryan Lefebvre in the 0-7 is going to roll the bottom. Can Clay Christopherson come back? Up front, Braden Carter and Cale Smith are having a run. Clay Christopherson and Ryan Lefebvre are going to give it to the line. It will be Clay Christopherson, the final podium. Top 3 start-finish line, please. Top 3 start-finish line. Good finish in our first test in tune, which isn't really supposed to be a race, but turned out to be pretty darn good. We'll get a word with your top 3. As soon as we get them up, it's a little look inside the studio, thinking about keeping this camera on board. You can see my race suit behind me. Well, no, you can't. That was once used. That isn't used anymore. As we get your top 3, I see Braden Carter in the booth. Clay Christopherson. We'll bring Clay Christopherson up. Allow pedal. The 51 of Clay Christopherson parks it into P3 into victory or into a podium finish. Clay, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, so there you go. You got a podium on the first test in tune. Greatly appreciate you guys coming out and letting us test out our equipment. But, man, great run. UMPs, I know some of the FTM guys were fighting for UMPs pretty hard to do that this year. But couldn't quite get it done, but good run, man. How was the track, and what are you looking forward to this season?
The track was patchy, but it wasn't bad. There was a couple different lanes you could run. The top just had so much momentum, but if you could find a way to break that from someone or get a little bit of a drive from middle to bottom, it was pretty racy for the most part. Towards the end, it was single file, but it was racy until 5 to go.
Yeah, so other than volunteering to help us do our reviews,
if you guys want me to, I'll do it.
You know
I
what,
won't
man?
make any friends, but doesn't bother me any.
So that's not what it's all about, right? If you let me make the calls for all these guys, I don't know if you watch our podcast this past off season. I'll let everybody race. I'm too easy, right? So we got a group of folks that are going to do that, and it's going to be a vote. Cale Smith is one of them, Paul Heward, and if you'll volunteer, that would be awesome. So it'll be you guys tell me who got what penalty, and we'll make that happen. So
would that be like a post race thing, like a replay watch?
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll probably create a Google Drive that Saturday morning. I'll put the replay in and ask you guys to let me know by I don't know, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, and that way we can tell drivers, hey, next week you got a heat, I don't know, EOL or whatever. So. Yeah, that would be awesome, man, because I think I miss live admin, but we'll see how this works.
Yeah, I'll do it. Sign me up.
Okay. Yeah, man, you got it. But good run, man. Thanks for coming out. Again, the next 2 weeks, we're going to have a dress rehearsal with the 350As, Pro Late Models, and 360s. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the following week, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I greatly appreciate you coming out and letting me test my equipment.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll be around if you do any more. So,
all right, man. Keep a
you
look
later.
on Discord and keep a look on our Facebook page.
Will do. Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks. Second place was once again Cale Smith, our good friend in the 115 driver out of South Dakota. Cale Smith, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, good run. So tell me, how are UMPs? I don't think I've ever driven a UMP on iRacing. I don't think. How'd you like it?
They're good. I've always liked UMPs. They drive a lot more loose than any other car, I think. So maybe that's why I like it. The steering's pretty light. But otherwise it's pretty much feels like a big boat going from those micros or whatever we were racing before. But
Yeah.
it's good. You gotta be touchy with the throttle, kind of just like anything, and it's just about momentum.
Yeah, skinny tire, heavy car.
Oh
Yeah. All right, man. Great run. I will be contacting you this week. Great conversation. I appreciate your ear for the past month or so. And those of you out there that don't know, Cale Smith is not an actual volunteer of Dirt Track Bank Friday Night Lights. I kind of just drafted him and made him a part of the process by just dumping everything that's going on Cale Smith. And I look forward to your advice and where we head from here, my brother. So great run, and hopefully I don't know if it's next week again or the following week, but we'll get the regular program out here for too long.
Yeah, we're excited, man. There's a lot of people that watch that are excited too, in the race with these guys. Congrats, Braden, on the win. Clay there on third. I got lucky on that caution. So good racing with these guys. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man. We'll see you. I'll talk to you this week.
Okay, sounds good. See ya.
All right, brother. Braden Carter, the driver in the 05 out of Virginia. The youngster brings it home, P1. So, yeah, it was a test and tune. And, yeah, it was a car we're not going to run. But, young man, some things don't change. The 05 in victory lane, great run. How was the track?
Yeah, I liked it. Top was there all race. I had to get to the lead pretty early. There were a few sliders. Kind of wheel the thing early, get past Cale, get past Jordan. Ran the top the whole race, and then Cale saw Jordan running this cut down line, so I was like, let me try it. Hit it perfect, and then lap time started getting quicker. I was like, this is the line. Started pulling away with that line, and yeah, I mean, 25 laps. Car felt great. I love these things. UMPs, man, they're fun. They're really fun.
So, you know what, man? We were real close to racing UMPs instead of 360 sprint cars this year. It came down to which division got a sponsor, and Cadenberry Motorsports stepped up and said, we'll have none of this UMP business in Friday Night Lights. So it's my honor to welcome the Cadenberry Motorsports 360 sprint cars this year. So we were almost in these things, man. And if we go to 2 seasons a year instead of 1, you never know, man. And it looks like they put on a pretty decent race. We didn't have as many drivers as we usually do, but they seem to put on a pretty good show. But you moved up 4, man. So let's see, who was the hard charger? That would be Randy Shreves and Anthony Marfulio. So there's going to be more cash up for grabs this year too, young man. We're going to have $10 quick time. We're going to have $10 feature winner, and we're going to have $10 hard charger. And we hope all divisions. We're still missing, I can't remember. I think we're missing, let's see, we're missing hard charger in pro late models, and we're missing victory lane in 360 sprint cars. So, man, you can make you some cash because I've told the whole broadcast all night long about watching you jump into that late model, man. It just brings a smile on my face. You're going to need some money. So you better get on it. And here's a great place that you can make some money without tearing shit up. So that's very rare in racing. So yeah, man, looking forward to it. Welcome back. And yeah, what do you got? What do you
Yeah. I was gonna
Tell-
say, yeah, I like the UMPs. They're fun. Like you said, we had that poll, but I'm fine with sprint cars, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been practicing them all off season since we haven't ran. I've been getting into Discord with some really good guys that run sprint cars, and they've been helping me. And I feel like I've been getting better. And hopefully, give some guys a run for their money in that class. I'm gonna be running that all year.
Yeah, man. So tell me what it's like to be in a real modified. You looked a little sluggish, right? Going in, a little intimidating. I get it, right? Because I'm a new driver at 57 years old. So when you hit that first corner, you're thinking, God dang, how hard should I go in here? But man, did you improve over that short time? So tell me about your ride in the late model.
Yeah, man. It's a 604 crate. It doesn't have as much horsepower as what my dad typically runs. Uh, it, it's a little bit a lot different iRacing. iRacing helps for sure, but when you're first time out in the track, never drove a race car or anything, you gotta take it easy at first. Don't want to do anything stupid. My first time out, I spun out, I think once, but it comes with it. Second time, I gotta work on driving it a little bit harder, get a little more used to it, trust a little more, get a little more sideways. Other than that, I feel like I'm doing pretty well for my second time in a race car itself. And it's definitely a learning process. And I have my granddad and my dad racing too, to teach me what to do and what not to do and all that good stuff, and be around it my whole life.
Yeah, people ask me, so what's the difference? Because I went from iRacing to the dwarf car, right? And so what's the difference? I said, it's kind of it. So iRacing helps with, I think, hand-eye coordination, and I think you hear the cars. Although we run mirrors, that kind of sucks. But it's not the real deal. I'll tell you that for sure, because it doesn't bounce around like a real car. And I tell you, the first time in a dwarf car we run out here in California, we only run dwarf cars after sprint cars, right? And they tear the shit out of a track. And man, the first rut I hit, I thought, holy cow, did I hit a wall? So all the commotion that goes on inside of a real race car, you cannot replicate that in iRacing. It's as close as you can get, I think. But, and I think it's good for hand-eye coordination, and, you hit your marks. I think it helps with that, but it doesn't replicate it for sure. But anyways, now I'm getting on a whole tangent. Great run tonight, man. Coming up again next week or the following week, we're going to have a dress rehearsal with our cars that we're going to run this year. Greatly appreciate you coming out. Make sure you kick your dad in the rear end and tell him he needs to get out here for our testing tunes. But yeah, thanks for coming out, man. Great run in a UMP. It's probably the last time we'll run them, but greatly appreciate you coming out, Braden.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. There is our first test and tune. The equipment worked okay. The broadcaster has forgotten quite a bit, but we'll get there. I greatly appreciate everyone out there that tunes in every week, and especially out here after a test and tune. Greatly appreciate. Let me look and see if we have any messages. Landon Smith, Jean Louise, not sure, Roxanne Jones cheering on Braden Carter and Cale Smith, podium finishes. But that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, greatly appreciate you tuning in. I wish you all a very happy weekend. And again, shoot us a message if there's something that we're not doing that you'd like to see. I will definitely change it. Or if there's something maybe we're doing that you don't want to see, I will change that also. But this broadcast belongs to you, the fans. We do this for you and your drivers. So let us know what you want to see or what you don't want to see. But greatly appreciate everybody for tuning in. And ladies and gentlemen, until next time, we'll see you.